Panther people, what up? Carolina lost against Tampa, but there are a couple things that I saw that I liked. Kind of have to look at the bright side, or else you're just going to cry every day. Watching Panthers post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. All right, let's get right to it. So the Panthers lose yet another one, but there were some things in it that I thought were okay. Sure, Bryce Young didn't hit the 200-yard mark, but there seemed to be a little bit more of an identity with this team, at least on the field. This is what I saw. Obviously, Chuba Hubbard, my Canadian, my guy from Edmonton, he's feeling it now. The inclement weather. This is where Albertans really rise to the occasion. They had over 100 yards rushing the first time. The Carolina Panthers also had 2 touchdowns in a game since they lost to Miami. Also, I think the first 100-yard rusher since last year when Deontay Foreman and him were a pretty good 1-2 punch and probably should have stayed as the 1-2 punch here in Carolina. But yeah, shout out to him. They leaned on him a lot, and I thought he rose up to the occasion. Why is Miles Sanders still getting the ball? I have no idea why the backfield isn't Raheem Blackshear and Chuba Hubbard. I have no idea. I'll never know, but it's okay. But yeah, Chuba Hubbard ran with a purpose. I think he and a couple of people here are definitely playing for paychecks right now. In terms of next year's paychecks, everybody is auditioning right now for the next head coach because I don't think they're on the roster right now. But I thought he did great. It looked like the offense had a bit more of an identity, looked more like an NFL offense a bit. You know, a mix of shotgun and under center as well, some pre-snap motion. Trying to get some things done pre-snap to see, what kind of coverages that Bryce Young is going to be dealing with. Beyond like the actual plays themselves, one thing that I noticed, and it's probably just me trying to look at the Panthers with rose-colored glasses right now because we're in the situation that we're in right now. But it just seemed like there was less confusion on the field. Felt like Bryce was a lot more confident throwing the ball, especially downfield. It felt less rushed, even though the clock did run down to the 1 second mark a couple of times. It felt like Bryce had more confidence. This has been said a billion times since they fired Frank Reich and Josh McCown and Deuce Staley that there were just way too many cooks in the kitchen. And it just feels like they had a plan and they stuck to it. And whether we liked it or not, because, passing on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 instead of running with a hot Chuba Hubbard, at least they had some conviction. And they showed it on the field. There was not a lot of hesitation out there. Jonathan Mingo, 69 yards passing on his part. He showed some great yards after the catch as well. He showed his muscle. That's his game. He's not going to, he is not going to out-finesse players. He's not going to be breaking ankles a la Tank Dell. Bad. That was bad timing. He's out for the season with ankle injury. I meant, when he broke Franklin's ankles. Or no, was that Franklin or was that Dante Jackson? He broke someone's ankles on the team. Either way, we have no guy like that. And so Jonathan Mingo, a good game for him. That he needed that as a second-round pick. With the slew of wide receivers that are picked after him and doing way better than he is right now. Oh, also shout out to Bryce Young and the pirouette and the 2-point conversion. Probably the silkiest 2-point conversion I've ever seen. If he wasn't having a better season as a rookie, I think that would be something that would be a nice little cherry on top because that was amazing. This is a guy, again, 5'10", 5'11", 195 pounds right now, and he is running towards the end zone, and there is a safety or corner barreling down, ready to destroy him. And he has the gall, the cojones, the stones to pirouette away from him with the ball in the air and to celebrate. That's a guy who was feeling himself a little bit. I gotta say, despite the fact that his team has won 1 game, that right there showed me a guy who still has supreme confidence in himself. It doesn't matter what the score is. Doesn't matter what he always believes that he has a chance. And right there, he looked an NFL safety or defensive back, whatever the hell he was, straight down the barrel and decided, I'm just going to pirouette around this guy. Literally ballerina move around him. And it was crazy to see. That was a cool. If that was Cam Newton might try it. Cam Newton could all just bulldoze the guy, but I was impressed because he knows if he gets hit in the wrong way, he doesn't have a spleen. Bryce Young's dad, who is a psychologist, tweeted this video.
Okay, now go score. Scoop.
Let's go. Let's go. Wow, now this video, this is the one. This is so near and dear to my heart. It just takes me back because there are so many times and so many scenes that my wife and I had with our son, how they were building that young man up and the confidence that they were instilling in him. And that's something for us to remember as parents. They want to feel loved, they want to feel supported, and they want to feel that us as parents are their biggest fans. And that gives them the strength and the courage to face and tackle life's obstacles.
That sure sounds like a guy who's talking about his son right now. Sure, you got a lot of like when you're a stand-up comedian and you have a huge crowd of 50,000 people. Some people are going to like your joke. Some people are not going to like your joke. There's 50,000 people. There's 50,000 different opinions out there that are here to watch you. Same thing with a quarterback. You got an offensive room that has so many different coaches, so many different schemes. You're not going to please everybody. And the ones that you don't please, you can feel it. You can feel it. I don't know whether it's outright displeasure about his performances from a Josh McCown or Deuce Staley or Frank Reich, or if it's just no positive reinforcement at all. But it seems like, and I'm just connecting dots here, people. It seems like Bryce Young's dad was not a fan of the treatment of his son with the Carolina Panthers office. He seems to like some of them, but it seems like the people who are most important, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, and Josh McCown, and then Deuce said the assistant head coach, were not giving their son the belief, the positive reinforcement, and the love that are required to help you succeed in the NFL. Or in life. And they're gone now. And that's why it felt like Bryce was playing a little bit with more joy on Sunday. You could see it, even when they're losing in that 2-point conversion with that pirouette. It looks like he's playing with more joy. So something was up in that QB room. I don't know I wouldn't say the word toxic, but it felt like it just wasn't as positive for Bryce, which he needs as a rookie, that he needed to succeed. A lot of news about the Panthers, good and bad. Good and bad. Let's get to the bad, because this one was borderline concerning and felt like some high school business. The Athletic's Diana Rossini, formerly of ESPN, reporting a couple of things according to her sources, and I'm sure she's got a ton of them. Not good. None of them were good. Let's start with this. There's some mad smack talking, and I think it had a lot to do with the firings that happened when Chris Tabor took over. So, number one, this was the craziest part, and I think it all plays into the narrative and the conspiracies that are led to Bryce Young being the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. So, apparently, according to Diana Rossini, by week 5, there were a number of coaches, not just one, a number of coaches that said that they were in favor and urging Bryce to be sat. Him, like the rookie, sitting down. Now, there are two schools of thought here. You sit him down to spare himself from further embarrassment, injury, bad habits. Now, we have seen some bad habits out there with Bryce Young develop into the kind of guy that he wasn't in Alabama. So that camp is definitely, they're holding some water still in that sense. Knock on wood, he's still healthy. Knock on wood, it does not seem like his confidence down, a la the pirouette. Seems to be still pretty good in that category. Then there's the other school of thought saying, if you sit him now, you're actually not saving his confidence. You're hurting it even more, saying, we're going to give up on you. Look at Zach Wilson out of the New York Jets. We love you. Second overall pick. We don't like you. We like you. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is done. Oh, you're back. Oh, you suck. You're back down. No, you're coming. No, now he doesn't even want to come back. Zach Wilson doesn't want to start. He doesn't want to play a game. He doesn't want to play a game in the NFL right now. He just can't do it with the Jets. He's so messed up mentally. So you bench him. You can actually mess up his mentality, his psyche even more. You keep him in, he might get injured, but also, how else are you going to learn? How else are you going to learn from this rookie year? It's almost like swimming with weights on. You swim with weights on, it sucks. You could get hurt. You could die doing that. But then you take the weights off, and then, it's so much easier. Look, I'm breaking lap times. Bang, 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 bang. That, analytically, could be what next year could look like if the right things happen in terms of head coach and front office moves, offensive coordinator, personnel moves as well. That could be Bryce next year. The second part of the report was that we all know that Ben Johnson is a head coach in Canada that David Tepper has coveted since last year and just decided to go back to Detroit. It makes sense. They could be maybe winning the Lombardi. They won't. But there are reports from Diana Rossini that people within the staff during the season were texting Ben Johnson saying, don't come here. Do not come here. This is a crap storm. So, which makes me to wonder. There were the conspiracy theories out there that it wasn't unanimous that everybody wanted Bryce Young. We all know that Frank Reich initially wanted Derek Carr. He talked glowingly about Derek Carr when he was rumored to be a quarterback that the Carolina Panthers were interested in. See how he's doing now in New Orleans. And then we got theories and rumors that he wanted CJ Stroud because he's a more prototypical quarterback. He's taller, he's got the beautiful throwing motion, beautiful deep ball, great accuracy, very athletic as well. Just bigger guy. That's what he wanted. We saw during the QB pro camp that we saw Josh McCown. We got on the mic saying, "Hey, when you come to Charlotte, play hoops, yada yada yada." And so it makes me wonder. Hearing some of the coaches wanted Bryce benched in week 5. And now you're seeing people talking smack about the team to a potential head coaching candidate. And then we see Chris Tabor come in here with Jim Caldwell and let go Deuce Staley, who has ties to Detroit, and Josh McCown, who has ties to Detroit, that don't, bye. You're out of here. Now, they could totally be doing this because there's just way too many people in Bryce Young's ear right now from totally different backgrounds in terms of offensive schemes. Or it could be because, hey, you guys, we saw the way you talked to CJ Stroud. We know you wanted CJ Stroud the whole time. Josh, you can go too because you don't believe in Bryce. And then, hey, Deuce, we know you're talking to Ben Johnson. Man, you could talk to him during the offseason, but we literally played these guys a couple weeks ago, and then you're texting this dude, don't come to the team. Sure, we might not even be employed by this team by next year, but in the moment, we are. And you are talking to guys and telling them how crappy it is here. That's not cool. You're gone too. So it could be Deuce. It could be Josh. It could be Frank. It could be Thomas Brown, who's just keeping quiet. That's the news right now on top of reaction to Sunday. Let me know how you guys felt about Sunday. How you looking forward to next Sunday? Are you reading these rumors? How do you feel about these rumors? Also, if you are anti-Tepper right now and you don't want to line his pockets, what's cooler than a third-party private Carolina Panthers t-shirt? The merch is down here. You got mugs, you got hoodies, long sleeve shirts. Pretty good for Christmas. If you book it right now, you'll get it in time. All right. Like, subscribe, bell. See you guys soon.